That's the boys' room. No, no sign of life. Marian's room. Oh, black boxer shorts. Good morning, Jeffrey.
I won't laugh at you when you boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause I love you.
3131.
4141.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, if you could do that as soon as possible.
Are you talking to me, over? I've had a letter. Marian's solicitors. They want to know the value of my assets. I don't think I've got any. My one proper job was for a Japanese company at the very cutting edge of technology, and I'm very proud to have worked for a company that was so advanced that it was able to do away with manpower. The house was in Marian's name. That's fair enough. If anybody else should have a stake in it, it should be the DSS, because they paid my share. We had some wonderful times in our first house. I remember we decorated it together, and we started off, and it was a sort of an orangey colour, and we got about halfway through one wall, and Marian, bless her, she hated it, and she actually burst into tears. I thought, well, you can fix this, Keith, you can fix this, make this work now. Be a hero. I went out, ran to the paint shop, didn't have a car, drenched with sweat, went in there, bought 2 big tins of Misty Meadow. She arrived home literally minutes after I'd finished. She walked in the room and she saw it, and her face, you know. And she said something that I've never forgotten. She held my hand and she said, "Keith, you are such a sweet man." Marian was always very busy at work, very, very busy. She and Jeff were like a piston and an engine that working together, quite formidable. We used to see their photograph all the time in the digest, because they'd be photographed at these ceremonies for winning. They were always winning, always at the top sales. So in a way, when she left and when Jeff became a part of the children's lives, he wasn't a stranger, because they'd seen his photo so many times. Marian used to get them blown up and put up on the wall. I was very happy at home, looking after Reese at first. And then when Marian got pregnant with Alan, she had an elective caesarean, which is where you choose to have a caesarean. Now, that was Jeff's idea. He was all for it. He said it keeps you elastic. Never had children, though, you see, Jeff. He has now, obviously. But, never had children. I always felt, well, there's something. I do have the edge on you there, with my 2 little smashers. I've been thinking, actually, read the assets. They're like, I don't really have anything to leave to the kids behind me when I go. And that's a shame, that's a pity. That's upset me, actually. My dad left me something that I quite treasure, and every time I see it, I think of him. It brings him back. He used to sit up at my bedroom window with this, and he'd put my Action Man on the back wall in the garden, and take pot shots at it like that. And we used to say, Action Man is safe, it's his best friend who should be worried, because my dad always shot a bit to the left. This is lovely. This is better than my binoculars. It's actually broken, not the thing itself. I mean, clear as a bell, but it won't attach to the gun. The mounting is corrupt. I've been meaning to have it sorted, but it's the money, really. It's a bit pricey. It's very nice, though. I mean, you get a very clear view. Look at that. And you get the sort of thing, you know, the target sight. So you can really line someone up. Actually, Marian and Jeff come up to London occasionally. They'll bring the kids up, go and see a show. They went to see Blood Brothers. Had a wonderful time by all accounts. Didn't manage to call in on me, never mind. In a way, and this will sound terrible, but I was pleased because I wouldn't really want Alan and Reese to see the house with Declan and the boys. I think it might send out the wrong message to them. I prefer of them to think of me as a sort of quite an elusive figure in his car, who quite romantic. I think they see me as a romantic figure. The man with not the man with no name. Obviously, I'm Dad, but I mean the man with no home. Sounds quite sad when you put it like that, actually. I'm not explaining myself. I mean elusive in the sense that I travel around a lot, and that I think can be quite romantic. A bit like Zorro, but without the mask. I couldn't wear a mask in this job. It would create more problems than it would solve. Thinking about it, the only thing I've got is this car. And I've thought about that. You know, doing this job without this car would be almost impossible. The wealth is in my mind.
In geography, what's an archipelago?
It's a collection of islands.
Correct. What's the currency in Spain?
The peseta.
Correct. Why might a solicitor give you a decree nisi?
If you were buying a house.
No.
It's a
That's
divorce.
not the answer. It's a divorce.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Mike Hoyle, our reigning champion. That's it. I'm sorry, you got up to, let me see, £600. Mike, I'm so sorry you've lost that money. Brand new contestant on the accumulator quiz. Starting at 0, it's Keith Barrett. Good evening, Keith.
Hello, Martin. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much for asking, sir. Now, I see from my notes here that, Keith, you are a cab driver.
That's right.
Is that a black cab or one of those mini cabs?
No, it's a mini cab.
Right, so El Bandito of the highway, yeah?
Don't know about that.
And your time starts now. Who lived in the garden with Bill and Ben?
Weed.
Is the right answer. Name the bus in the Thomas the Tank Engine stories.
30.
Correct. In The Lion King, what does Hakuna Matata mean?
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
The right answer. Name 2 Teletubbies.
Tinky Winky Dipsy La La and Poe.
Correct. What was Basil Brush's catchphrase?
Ha ha ha, boom boom.
Is right. In Disney's Beauty and the Beast, what sort of an object is Lumiere?
He's a candelabra.
Correct. What sort of food would Pingu eat?
Fish.
The right answer. In The Jungle Book, who said, I want to be... Oh, and we're out of time, but well done, Keith. Let's check out your score there. That was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds.
Oh, gosh.
And I would imagine you're going to want to come back later.
No, I'm going to take the money.
I just like the things you do. Don't you change the things you do.
Has chosen to walk away with £70. Keith, do give us a ring because you've forgotten to give us your telephone number. And, of course, we'll need that to send on the cash.
I've just popped down to the radio station to pick up the money in person so I can have a look around. Very nice. My children now have an inheritance. Premium bonds. £20 per person. Very nice. And with the money that was left over, whoops, I've done something I've been meaning to do for a long time. Not just for me, but for Dad. Good morning, Jeffrey.